The Crawler asks about how I heat my workshop. I do have a small oil-filled radiator. It takes the chill off, but it's not really big enough to heat up the space as big as this. But the workshop is fully insulated, and in the winter I'm usually wearing thermals underneath my clothes. And also I have a newfound love for lumberjack or trapper hats, whatever you want to call them. It's a bit like having two furry bunny rabbits hugging your ears all day. It's fantastic. Guillermo asks what I do with all of the sawdust I generate in my workshop. I usually use it for composting. I just mix it up with some food and some grass cuttings, that sort of thing. I've personally never found a better use for it, but I know that Gosforth Handyman has a good video about uses for sawdust, and I'll link to that in the description box below if you want to check it out. Harley asks about the MFT table and whether the holes are all that useful. To be honest, I haven't used it nearly as much as I thought I would. In fact, recently I've been thinking that I might build some kind of solid top to go over the top, because the holes are a bit of a nuisance sometimes. I'm always losing screws and things down there. It's definitely a useful thing to have on occasion, but I'm quite fortunate that I've got the miter saw and the table saw to use as well. I think the MFT table would be a lot more useful if I didn't have those tools and I was just relying on a track saw for a lot of those cuts. Ben asks if I have any new tools, and yes, I've actually got quite a few new tools already, and some being sent to me and they're on their way. As a YouTuber, you get emails almost every day from various companies wanting you to try out products, and usually I say no to a lot of those things, but recently it just so happens that the things I've been offered are either things that I need or things that I want to try out. So yes, there will be lots of new tools featured on the channel coming soon. I'll probably do a vlog video to cover all of them. Lewis asks, do I ever have a sudden idea, get excited and run into the garage in the clothes you're wearing and ruin them with glue and sawdust? Yes, absolutely. I try to keep my work clothes and my normal clothes separate, but I'm constantly ruining my normal clothes, so they become work clothes, and then I have a huge pile of work clothes and no normal clothes. So yeah, it's a bit of a problem. Also, we're doing so much renovation work on the house that it's always tempting to just pick up a paintbrush and I'll just quickly do this, and then before you know it, your new t-shirt is covered in white paint. Terry asks what's been my favourite project. There are so many, to be honest, but I would probably say the electric guitar is probably the thing I'm most proud of, so I would say that's probably my favourite. Garrett asks what would be a good woodworking project for a beginner. I'd definitely suggest a bird box. Not only because you get to build quite a basic box structure and have to deal with a few angles and drilling holes, that kind of thing, but also because you get the reward of hopefully seeing a bird actually going into it and using it, which to me kind of makes it all worthwhile. He also asks if I've made a steamer trunk. I didn't know what one of those was, so I had to look it up. I've made a treasure chest, which is kind of similar to that, and then more recently a walnut trunk. So I've made a couple of things similar to that, but not quite a steamer trunk. Raymond asks what are my 3 best power tools for starting out in woodworking. In terms of power tools, I would probably say a combi drill, a circular saw, and a random orbit sander. But if you're just starting out, I'd really recommend just working with a handsaw, chisels, hammer, nails, just the real basics, because it kind of teaches you how to read the wood grain and how to work with wood. I think if you jump straight to power tools, you can kind of miss a lot of that learning curve. Dan asks what was the first car you had and any fond memories of it. The very first car I had was only a few years ago because I was very late in learning to drive, but it was a Vauxhall Corsa, and yet I was very attached to it and I was sad to see it go when it finally died. Since then I bought the Vauxhall Combo van, which has been nothing but trouble. ATH Mustafa asked what was the first tool I had when I started woodworking. I think it was just a handsaw and a combi drill. And you can really do a lot with just those tools. Chris and Brian ask if I've got any plans to do a French cleat system in future. To be honest, no. Everything in my workshop on the walls is basically held up with screws, and it's very basic, but it works for me and it's easily changeable. So yeah, I'm fine with things the way they are. I like to keep things like that as simple as possible. Kurd T5K asks what tool I'm saving up for. I'm not really saving up for any tools, to be honest. I would like to upgrade my table saw, but I've already talked about that. The only things I'd say I was saving up for were house renovation related stuff, and also a special event which will be happening next year, which I haven't talked about on the channel yet, but I will be talking about soon. Benedict asks if I have any material left over from the hat and coat stands. Yes, I do have a few of them left. I haven't used any recently, but I'm sure they'll feature soon. Avon and Jace ask about my other hobbies. I've got loads of hobbies, too many hobbies, not enough time. I really like traveling and going to look at concrete structures and brutalist architecture, particularly in Eastern Europe, but really all over the world. I enjoy photography. In the past I played a lot of guitar, but I don't really play anymore. I used to play drums too, and that's a hobby that I've picked up again recently because I bought a new electric drum kit. I love my music, as I've already talked about, and I really like taking photos of birds and wildlife as well. TWH asks about my development of skills as a woodworker and also whether I read books. I don't read any books, but I do definitely watch a lot of videos. And I haven't really noticed my skills improving as a woodworker, but I'm sure if I went back and watched some older videos, I would probably see how I've improved over the years. Like anything, the more you do something, the better you get at it, but you don't always notice that you're getting better at it. Badger Makes asks about what budget laptop I would recommend for editing. I'm not the best person to speak to about that, I'm afraid, but I think get as much RAM as you possibly can. But yeah, I can't really advise. Lots of questions as always about when I'm going to get a lathe. I'm definitely going to get a lathe one day, but I'm really not in a hurry to get one. It's not a tool that I would use that frequently, and it would take up a lot of space and make a lot of mess. So I will get one. I really do want to learn how to use one, but I'm not in any hurry. Hamad asks about my process for making drawers. I have got a video about that when I made a computer desk a while back. I'll link to that in the description box below if you want to check it out. Anthony asks if I've considered metalworking, blacksmithing or welding. Maybe one day, but again, I'm not in any hurry to do that either. Cherry Turbo James asks, what's the mirror for over your left shoulder? I actually use that when I need another viewpoint when I'm drilling something at a particular angle. It's quite handy to have a mirror there on the side so that you can see exactly what angle you're holding your drill at without kind of looking around for it. I don't know if I explained that very well, but hopefully you know what I mean. He also asked for recommendations about caulking, and yes, I've been doing loads of that recently. It does shrink, but I just recoat it. So I'll lay a bead down, smooth it over with my finger, come back to it later, and if it's shrunk and left some gaps, I'll just apply a small bead over the top, swipe it again, and that's done. I don't buy the expensive stuff, I just tend to buy either the no-nonsense stuff from Screwfix or the equivalent cheap stuff in Toolstation or somewhere like that. Furious Man asks what made us decide to move home. We really wanted more space, not only in the workshop but also the house, and we wanted to move out of the city as well, so yeah, those are the two main reasons. Tom asked if I would consider hiring someone to help make my videos. I would love to get somebody to do all the video editing because I'm really not enjoying that at the moment anymore. I'm loving doing the woodworking, and I don't mind doing the rough edit of the video, the very first part, but beyond that I just lose interest and start procrastinating and finding every possible distraction. But practically, I don't think I would ever afford to be able to pay somebody else to help me make my videos, to be honest. My main aim for the channel at the moment is to try and get a full-time income from this so that I can possibly quit my day job. But at the moment, that's a few years off, so I think hiring someone is very unlikely. Colin asks if I'm enjoying my present lifestyle. I would say yes, very much so in general. I love living out here. The house is brilliant. I love the new workshop, obviously. But I am feeling a bit burnt out lately, and that's why I was looking forward to going away on holiday, but obviously that's got cancelled for reasons of which I'm sure you are all aware. But I do think it's healthy to take yourself off the treadmill occasionally, and the whole weekly schedule of YouTube videos is a difficult one to keep up with. And yeah, I think I just need to take a bit of a break. So there might be a break in videos for perhaps 1 or 2 weeks coming up very soon. Okay, I think that's all of the questions answered. Thank you for sending them. Some fantastic questions in there, and I do quite enjoy making these kind of videos. Please subscribe to my channel for more weekly woodworking videos. You can also support the channel if you'd like to on Patreon or PayPal. There's links to those in the description box below. And on Patreon you can get early access to my videos, some exclusive content, free project plans and cut lists, and a name credit at the end of my videos. Thank you for watching.